Hello. Hello. Okay. No, I'm letting it.
Hi, it's not. It's me.
Okay.
I was saying that I've already started the recording just as a heads up,
Oh, okay.
and then I forgot to lower my mic.
Hello, Bortuna.
Is he really
So I was
quiet?
like, why is my
There
thing
he
not
is.
popping up? But now I figured it out.
Hola.
Hola.
What's that?
Ah. Oh gosh. Get my handy dandy character sheet.
Hi, everybody. We are currently recording.
Hello,
Ah,
recording.
that was odd. Were you recording before we joined, or did you literally just start?
No, I started it before you joined.
Hello, recording and everyone. I'll be right back.
And just like that, we're already losing party members.
Hmm. I was about to say, where the heffle is my character sheet?
I should probably let Bortuna know that we are picking up some background voices from his microphone.
Oh, fuck. Shit, that scared the fuck out of me.
Splat jump scare. Amazing.
I always hated the splash screen for this game. It always
Yeah.
startled me.
That and Deep Rock is like probably the worst splash screens.
Oh, God, Deep Rock. Oh, God.
We are playing Star Wars, not dwarves in space.
There's a
Speak for
difference.
yourself.
That's fair.
Maybe I'll just play Ugnaughts next game.
If there's another game.
Hmm.
I mean, I have a idea about what I could want to do for the next game, but I kind of need a break from DMing at this point.
Oh, that's totally understandable.
It's nothing against this group of players. It's just
Bruh,
I'm
I totally get you.
I am running two different games right now. Technically
Mhm.
three. So
That sounds like the next big Star Wars campaign is Bortuna's Funhouse.
actually, I was writing up some ideas about a possible High Republic.
Ooh, that would be cool. High Republic takes place
About
before the
200
Phantom
years.
Menace.
About 200 years before the Phantom Menace.
Mm-hmm.
What is
So,
that in terms of the current timeline?
very far
About
away.
222 years ago.
Yeah.
Damn. That's at least 4 Blumbles.
Or one really, really old Blumble.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Chewbacca was like born around that point.
Yes, he
Fairly
was.
certain he is. That's
Because
what I
if
thought.
I'm not mistaken, he is somewhere around the 200-year age.
250, 280? I can't remember.
I would
The
have
He
to
is
look.
Wookiees
rather old.
freaking live. What the heck?
They're
Long time.
long-lived species. Apparently,
Mm-hmm.
the taller you get or the shorter you get, the older you are. You are allowed to live.
Doesn't work for Jawas.
Mm.
And that's because they're aquatic from Naboo.
Yeah.
You take them away from water for too long and they die. Like frogs. Will the force die?
In
Oh, wait, is John
Solo,
being quiet, or is
he's
like
just being
he's
No, I
quiet
just
at the
haven't
moment.
said anything.
Okay, I thought so.
In Solo, it is confirmed that Chewbacca is 190 years old,
Aw, 10 years.
meaning he was born at 200 BBY.
Yep.
Which means he's about 200 years old when the Death Star blows up.
Mm-hmm. Didn't even get a medal for his 200th birthday.
No, that happened several decades later as a footnote in history. Oh yeah, here's your forgotten medal.
I was like, why the hell are you giving me this? That was like 50 or 60 years ago, dude.
Pretty much. We are missing Shan.
She'll be here shortly. And also, I think Cody said he was going to get a plate, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I'm at like at the table right at the moment.
Yeah.
I'll be back as well.
Chabba's dispensable droid has arrived.
I recall. Are we just now leaving the planet, or did we jump last session?
You jump.
We jumped.
So where are we now?
We blind jumped. We don't know.
Yep.
Oh, right. That's where we left off.
Because
We
if
did
we don't
the-
know where the fuck we're going, neither do they.
We did the ye olde, get the fuck out of here.
Ooh.
Ye old taco
style.
jump.
Ooh. Okay. That's awesome and risky all at the same time.
The ye olde
What?
get the fuck out of here?
No. Apparently Western Digital has made a hard drive disk breakthrough. Physical platter disks, you know, what basically
HDDs?
all computers are sliding away from. They revealed a 26 terabyte HDD.
Cool.
I'm back in holy balls.
That's one platter set that holds more than my entire computer.
Dang.
That is impressive.
Very.
That's more than my entire apartment building.
And you guys have got, what, 4 computers in the whole building?
Maybe about 8.
Ouch.
We
No,
make
no,
up about 3 of them.
Alright.
It'll take a 26 gig terabyte plate to install GTA 6 whenever it comes out.
Maybe.
Yeah,
If
probably.
it comes out.
Most likely. It's either that or play fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Nah. It'll outpace that and you know it.
Then what about Modern Warfare 2?
Maybe. Anyway. So we're just waiting on Shan to pop in. I guess you guys can pre-roll your Destiny rolls at this point.
Yeah, mine just spun in the air. Woo.
Air
Looks like-
spinning. Woo.
It's like your streak has ended, D-Walt.
Yup, and I... Hey, not bad.
Once again, we
can't-
don't know what John rolled.
Yeah, once again, John is a enigma.
I rolled 1 dark side.
Alrighty then. Well, so far you don't need to touch the dark side. We have 3 of those already. At least I think
Bortuna
so.
got 2 light sides by the looks of it.
And
Chabba
did
got
too.
2. Okay,
2
so
light
this is accurate. Now we just need to wait for Shan.
Yeah, now we need a Shan. Shan will break the balance.
No, she could give balance.
If you want your balance, I'll need your account number, please.
2.
No.
That's Okay, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Holy crap, that worked! Whose bank account is this?
Elon
Lord
Musk.
Vader.
George Washington.
George Washington.
That's great. We have the bank account of George Washington on our files.
He has negative $32 in here.
They just go to George Washington's grave, just dig it up to get $32 worth of stuff off of him.
They just steal his right hip. We're taking this to cover your debt, sir.
$32 back in that day was
A
well,
lot.
probably. Yeah.
Do we even
Yeah,
know
but
where George
imagine
Washington was
selling
buried?
the fucking hip of George Washington.
What, Rocky?
Do we even know where George Washington was buried?
Probably
buried
Virginia.
Yes, we do. No, I don't know where it is.
You figure that might be a bit of a liability. Surprised nobody's tried to dig up his body and steal his head or something.
He was buried. He was buried in Mount Vernon, Virginia. Fun fact, person listening to this recording.
Seriously, why are we always being delayed from our start time?
I don't know.
Be like that.
I just looked over at Bortuna, and he has he's I don't know if his strain is correct, but I'm just
Nope,
like,
That's accurate.
damn,
literally
he's
just on
almost
the
dead.
verge.
Put away my dices.
I like to live on the edge of the empire. Hello.
Hey,
Buzzinga.
hey, Jan.
Hey, Shan.
I'll be there momentarily.
Oop.
So I was out shooting rats last night again. Big son bitches. Telling you.
Nice.
Well, it's that time of the year where they're starting to come out.
Like half
Probably
the size of a cat.
right.
I was hunting them with a shotgun last night, though. Not a rifle this time.
Let's see here. What can I roll today?
Will you bring balance or will you break it?
I break it.
Balance? No,
No,
you brought
she
balance.
brought balance.
So what did she get? She got
One
the
dark
dark
side.
One dark.
Yeah, that is the balance.
Which is perfect for our current situation. We're either
Yep.
fucked or we're not.
We have
Well,
two.
considering that I technically failed the astrogation check on our jump,
Let's hope we're not going into a sun.
no, I rolled a triumph. So
Oh yeah, we lived.
we live, but
We go
Oh,
back
well.
in time! Woo!
We're going to Tatooine, boys.
Are we good? Are we done with the fan theories at this point?
Yeah.
When we last left off, we had just zooming in on the map. We had just taken off from Bakarana, where we helped free Wedge Antilles from a prison, along with everybody else in the prison. Personally escorting 4 of them out: Kosa, Jamishi's brother, Spudman, and an as yet unidentified Devronian and Garan. As you guys were making your way out of said prison, you encountered Darth Vader and proceeded to run from Darth Vader. Probably the wisest thing you guys have ever done. You guys made it to your ship. Darth Vader chasing behind, made off of the planet, only to encounter the Executor, his personal flagship, and blind jumped into space using the hyperdrive. As we come back to this point in time, you guys are still in hyperspace at this point. The whole event was maybe 5 minutes ago. Everybody's pretty much exhausted, collapsed, injured, except for Sham, who stayed on board the Flaforming the Threerer B-Word. Please stop making me say that.
You're the only one. You're doing it of your own volition.
I know, but you named it, and I have to use it. Now, what is everybody up to at this point in time?
That's only been 5 minutes, hasn't it?
Just about.
Eating some cake.
Dying.
Trying to get people to come into the room so I can heal them up if need be.
That will be alright. You made cake. Gotta eat it before it gets stale.
Bortuna is slightly bleeding onto the plate. Very slightly. Not majorly. Just a little.
Arden,
But yeah,
I just want you to know, if I don't make it, I want you to have my pants.
thank you.
You're the only one that they'll fit, probably, but that's not really the point.
Why don't you go to the med bay?
Nah, I got you. I didn't die.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll leave you alone. Bye. Oh,
Let's put
I went too
patient down.
is it really your goal to irritate the doctor?
What?
Is it really your goal to irritate the doctor?
What am I doing to irritate the doctor?
Not, not going and seeking treatment?
But
Hey, he's at the door.
I'm at the door.
You need to say the secret passphrase.
I need you to lay down, put some mask over him, put him to sleep.
Permanently? With a pillow?
Doctor, I need a doctor.
Yo, dog, I heard you like doctor, so we put a doctor with your doctor.
Oh my god.
Rotation.
Could you give me a medicine check at 2 difficulty, please? You do have a medical facility, so you do get the bonus die from it.
Could I supply a blue dye by giving tips while I'm under operation?
You're unconscious. I'm going to say a no.
Right.
You said 2 difficulty?
Mm-hmm, because of his current wound count.
Nice. Let's see, that is 3 success and 3 advantage.
There's apply whatever extra stuff you need from the healing methods that you use. I don't like he has the surgeon ability that gives extra points per medicine check.
I think she has that too.
And heal him up
God, she
and
has a lot of talents.
wrap him up in band-aids like a mommy. Just for the hell of it.
Chabba, focus on the game.
I'm trying. I'm trying to assist her here.
You're saying that she's got a lot of talents. Yeah, I understand. Great way to hype up your wife, but focus on the game, sir.
But
Bobby?
yeah, I take care of him and all that, and I will be right back. Again, stomach is on a roll. Sorry.
Understandable.
Whatever she rolled +2. So she rolled 1, 2, 3, 4.
She got 3, so she has 3 plus
success.
2, so a total of 5 wounds.
5 wounds and
3 strain.
3 strain if you have strain damage.
Oh, he has strain damage. By the way, Bortuna,
See.
a character may attempt to heal his own wounds, but doing this himself increases the difficulty of the medicine check by 2.
I would very much like to attempt this.
While unconscious.
Am I still unconscious?
I don't know. I just thought it'd
I
be
would
fun.
say that she works on you for a little while. So I
He
would say
just
when
that
you
good.
wake up, you'd be able to do so. But I'd say you're probably going to be out for an hour or two. Nothing major. Nothing incapacitatingly. But you're healing. You were treated. And treated well. Despite how much she hates you.
I'm a well-hated man.
That's good cake, isn't it, Blumbles?
Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
You did a
Especially
job,
good after
bro.
that shit we pulled.
Yeah,
Oh,
your wounds and being brought to the brink of death is starting to catch up to you, Blumbles. You are definitely starting to slow down.
Oh yeah, definitely. He just slouches on the couch.
Oh shit! Did you forget to take your insulin?
Omega lol.
What did I just walk into?
He just raises a brow.
Wookiee diabetes.
Wookie diabetes.
Sorry, I kind of got hit in the head back there, like twice. Do you have diabetes? I can't remember now.
No.
Yeah, did Wookiees even get diabetes?
I don't believe so.
Jones get diabetes? Anyway, it's good cake.
Yeah, very.
Hey, Arden, you gonna get any cake?
He's too focused making sure we're not going to die from this blind jump.
Hey, Blumbles, you just sit there and wait for treatment. I'll take him a piece of cake. There's only a little blood on it. It'll be all right.
All right.
Yeah, Arden, here's your piece of cake.
I have. Thank you.
You have to take your helmet off, though, of course.
Why is it up? Why do people tell me stupid questions? Why?
It wasn't a question. It was a statement.
Why is it stupid statements?
Well, because we all got shot, and you might not be completely coherent right now.
Eh.
Arden,
Oh, no, Blumbles, you got shot in the throat. No, your voice is all messed up.
Oh no, Blumbles is turning into a fucking droid.
pretty much. Arden, could you roll me a perception check at 1 difficulty, please?
Huh?
How is that cocked?
I don't know.
Alright.
All right.
When you remove your
yeah.
helmet in order to consume a little piece of cake, you notice some blood on the inside. As you grab a mirror, you've got like not a super gnarly gash, but you've got a gash on your forehead right above the eye area.
It'll be fine.
Give me one more perception check. This time at 2 difficulty. I'm focusing on you because everybody here is kind of in and out.
Yeah. 2 success, 1 threat.
As you look at the nav computer to try and estimate what's going on, it's not giving you a dump out time.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Can I check where it's going? Or does it not say?
Give me an astrogation check at, let's say 4 difficulty.
Hey, Blubbles, you want a Sunny D?
Before I say anything, am I coming through clearly now?
You're coming through clear. Yeah.
Okay, thank
I
you.
was kind of hoping you'd be robotic still. I'm not going to lie.
Sure, I guess. Where's that Davronian at?
Who?
The horned guy. Red guy. Came with us.
Did
Okay.
the Deveronian get on the ship with us? I thought it was just Spudman and Jamishi's brother.
1 success, 2 threat, triumph.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Even though the numbers are just kind of being erratic, ticking down on the system, you're pretty sure that the ship dumped you out in this direction.
Oh,
So you're not currently on
Alright.
any known hyperspace lane,
okay.
and it doesn't
So we're
have.
going in this direction,
Yes,
but it doesn't have like where we're going exactly.
correct.
Okay.
It doesn't have a definitive destination point. It doesn't have a arrival time. It is quite literally just sustaining the hyperspace field.
Okay.
B1T. You have Spudman and Kosa in the back with you as you're keeping an eye on the engines. Could you give me a mechanics check with their assistance? So you would get 1 blue die on top of whatever other blue dies you have.
I get 2 blue die from my familiarity with the ship. And what difficulty?
We are going to make it 3 difficulty.
Oh, that was almost a triumph, but yeah.
Happen that. So 4 success, 3 advantage. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. As the engines are running, you're noticing that there's no rhythm, I guess would be the best way of putting it, to the way that the engines are running. It's almost like they're on full power the whole time, if that makes any sense.
It's almost like Arden said fucking did that jump thing that he's done a couple of times, and it's just permanently that.
Almost. You take a look at like the fuel levels here, and whether or not it is shut down on its own accord, the ship will run out of fuel going at this rate probably in about 6 days.
Oh, shit.
Kosa is halfway looking at the engine and everything. He looks at you and is like, yeah, you look a bit beat up. Do you want us to take a look at you?
Yeah, when I come back, I need to tell Arden this. This ain't fucking good. And I'm gonna go tell him this.
Chabba and Blumbles are sitting on the couch. It looks like Blumbles is just kind of slumped in it, lazily, like half asleep, eating it.
Mm.
You think with all that sugar in the cake that, you know, would bump up his numbers, but nope.
Not even Sunny D can help.
Hey, Arden.
But
We got a problem. With how fast we're going and how much fuel we got left, we can go with this. We're probably gonna stay in hyperdrive for maybe about 6 days before we run out of fuel.
so we have 6 days of fuel left.
If we keep going at this speed, yeah. I can see what I can do about it to see if I can try and slow us down, but I can't guarantee anything.
Well, we didn't really get the chance to fill up, so. Well, currently we're kind of not got a destination. We're just in hyperspace.
Alrighty. I'll see what I can do about the fuel, the engine scenario. I may slow us down a bit, but It may be able to extend the fuel until we are able to exit hyperspace. That way we figure out where the hell we're landing.
Alright, I'll work on getting us out of hyperspace.
Alrighty. If we slow down, don't worry about it. It's probably just me fucking with the engines.
Don't break it, please.
I'll try not to. If not, I'll get Chabba to help me.
Make sure they get treated.
I will.
Hey, B1T.
What?
Did that Deveronian that we liberated come with us? Was he back there too?
Is he in the engine bay?
He's not in the engine bay. Neither
Did
is the
Deveronian
Grand.
even? Did the Deveronian even mount the ship?
I think so, but he ain't in the mechanics bay, or he ain't in the engine bay with us. I'd say check down below in the cargo bay. He may be shitting himself in the corner somewhere.
Yeah.
Also, get treated before you fucking die.
I will get
One
treated. Right now, she's working on Bortuna. I think Blumbles needs to go next. Actually, he doesn't look so good.
Yeah, Blumbles got the shit shot out of him.
I mean, I got hit, but I didn't get hit nearly as bad as everyone, including Arden, who also got hit pretty damn bad.
Oh, Jabba, we may
Yeah.
need you in a few. We're gonna be fucking with the engines in a little bit.
Oh shit! Well, I'll meet you down there. I'm gonna go down through the cargo bay and then come in the back, see if I can find that guy
Alrighty.
around.
And
I'll
I'm
come
gonna
with
head
you.
back. And I'm gonna head back into the engine bay.
Are you sure, Blumbles? You look like you can barely walk.
I'm decent. I can walk a little bit.
All right. Just me and Blumbles are gonna go downstairs and see if we can find that Deveronian, if he's real, and then circle back into the engine bay from the lower deck.
This seems like it was an easier ability than trying to flip it over with everybody in it right now.
Ah, empty as fuck, just like I remember. What the fuck? There's two of you?
It's the Grand and the Deveronian. They're literally just sitting on the decking, back against the wall. Just if they had a death stick, they would be smoking it.
Oh. Hey, Blumbles, why'd you need to know about these guys anyway?
I just wanted to know where they were, really.
Either of you guys understand me?
And they look at you and just, I'm sorry, dude. I don't speak Java.
I point at Blumbles.
How about Wookie?
Deveronian looks at the Grand. The Grand's like shakes his head no.
Hmm.
Yeah, well,
you
I
got
can't
like
really
a
get into
basic
trouble.
translator or something.
We really should look into getting one of those Blumbles.
Yeah, it'd be pretty handy.
I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about. Just, no offense, we're just gonna sit here for a few minutes. That was fucked.
I just give him a thumbs up.
Thumbs
hey, all right, he understands me at least.
I thumbs up as well, and I go back upstairs.
Be in the engine bay, Blumbles.
Alright.
I'm gonna loop around and go back up to the top from the lower deck.
Blumbles will now go to Shan's doctor's to be treated. Take a seat on this bed here. Welcome back, Shan.
Wait a minute, where's Spudman?
Spudman is in the engine bay area. I need to give them a couple too, don't I?
Yeah.
I apologize. I'm gonna make them green. I'm going to.
God, there's so many mechanics.
We have a crew.
What color was Kosa? Was he yellow?
No, he's a Togruta, not a Twi'lek.
What color are Togrutas?
They can range. Ahsoka is a Togruta.
Is he like the same skin tone, or I don't remember if we were ever explicitly told what
Let's
color they were.
I'd never truly described it. But probably think more of a bluey purple for a base
Cool.
tone.
Lurple, if you will.
Blurple.
Actually, I think they call that indigo technically, but whatever.
Blurple's way better.
Indigo is too dark. Indigo is too dark. Blurple is fine. All right. Shan, the next person coming in is Blumbles, and he's significantly worse for wear. He looks exhausted.
Just plops on the bed when he gets in. Just, oh.
Yeah, holds back from one that hit him in the back of the head. You should have come to me sooner. You look terrible.
Yeah. How's Bortuna doing?
Unconscious.
Yeah, I can see that. Do what you can, Doc. I'm just gonna lay here for an hour.
Blumbles is currently less than half of his, so his is also 2 difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you get the blue die because of the medical bay. Did you roll a blue die for Bortuna?
No, I did not.
Would you please roll the blue die now? For
Bortuna?
Yep, just for Bortuna, just the blue die.
Okay.
Things were canceled out already, so, I mean, he'll pick up an extra point of strain. Recovery, so, I mean.
Yay!
Alright, now you can go ahead and do Blumbles as well.
Ooh, that's
Well,
getting
wow.
close.
Wow. Holy shit.
That's like 3 wounds and 3 points of strain if he had any.
Actually,
Yeah.
did not take strain damage.
Well, so she recovers 3 wounds, but, you know, better than nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, long-term care, she'll be able to take care of you. But, I mean, obviously you need to rest and lay down, so.
Oh, yeah, he's just gonna lay here for about an hour or two.
Completely
On
understandable.
my fingers, it seems.
At this point in time, you still need to check on Chabba and Arden. And quite possibly the new people, the new guests on board. But
No, I guess I go check up on them.
who would you like to see first?
I'll probably check up on Arden.
He's sitting in the pilot's chair. He's slowly nibbling on that cake, like a little forkful at a time, basically. But he's examining the computer, checking information out, cross-checking it.
Oh, I would have wolfed down the cake and just put the helmet back on.
Oh, my bad. My bad. There's an empty plate, a bent fork with what looks like teeth marks on it.
Yes.
I'll fix that fork later. So, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are the others?
Bortuna and Blumbles are gonna be doing fine now. When you can, I know you're a pilot and stuff, but considering your own health, so you can still be a pilot, let me check on you later.
Will do.
It's almost like they were bonding.
Yeah, thanks for the cake.
You're welcome. And, she would go find Chabba. She figures that he's probably somewhere tinkering or something.
He's probably back in the engine bay where he typically goes.
I'm moving you, Chan, don't worry.
It'd be one to you. Who set this knob to Wumbo?
First of all, I said it to Mumbo.
No, you see, it's a W, not an M.
You said
Oh, you did it, Bubbin?
Ah!
Okay, that's fine.
Meanwhile, the translations, I said it because it should get us, a few extra psi out of the decompression chambers.
fair enough. Fair enough.
No idea what he said, but I know he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, hey, doll. What's up? Oh, don't mind the blood on the floor.
Hey, you're coming with me. She pick you up. She get
Wait,
you.
I
Hey.
got him back. They need my
Hey.
help real quick.
Hey.
His
If you're gonna
health comes
if you're-
first.
if you're gonna steal them, patch them up real quick, but then send them back here. We're gonna need them so we can fucking slow down the engines before we run out of fuel.
Just juice me up with some of that baby morphine.
No.
No, I swear to God, if you get high on baby morphine again, I'll kick your goddamn ass.
Listen, it's baby morphine, not the Mandalorian morphine. Not again. At least not right now.
Come on.
Dragging him by his Jawa ear.
Hey, can you eat this burn cream?
No.
But it says it's cherry flavored.
But it smells, so it won't smell like crap.
Oh, it's cherry scented. Right. I get a sucker out of this, right?
If I can find one.
Hot damn.
Alright, go ahead and give me a medicine check for Chabba at this point.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 plus 2, 6. Wound and 3 strain.
Yep.
Feeling much better, doll. Now,
There's
what?
some obvious bandage wraps around you at this point in time.
Now, if you got any suckers, you got any of those like green apple Jolly Rancher ones? Those things are awesome.
Let me look. I'll be amazed if I find a sucker here.
Roll me a perception check let's go with 4 difficulty.
Those things are hard to find, even in the real world. I haven't seen a Jolly Rancher sucker since I was in kindergarten.
Damn.
I have seen them more recently than that because I remember being an adult. Do not ask me for exactly when/where.
Oh, wait a minute. There's 2 difficulty
Or
stacked
how.
off each other there. There you go.
If I find one, you'd be amazed. But if I don't, I'm sorry.
Oh,
And she does find a sucker, but it is purple in color.
well. It may not be a green apple Jolly Rancher sucker, but it'll do. Thanks, doll.
You're welcome.
Also, thanks for the cake. By the way, Blumbles probably needs to take his insulin.
What?
Go back to the mechanic.
Hey, check his blood or something?
Are you enjoying said sucker?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely eating that. Yeah, as soon as I walk out the door, I start eating the sucker.
B1T, as Chabba walks in, he passes out on the deck.
I knew it!
That's unfortunate.
You just hear a yell from the mechanic's bay. Shit!
Let's get to that.
Oh no.
Oh, it's grape flavor.
I like grape.
Flip him over, and I just see that he has a sucker in his mouth, and I'm just, you fucking Jawa.
You don't even know where it goes in. It's just a stick hanging out the mask. At the
Yeah. It
So
wasn't
that was
even
a
me
sedative,
this time.
wasn't it?
It was the solid
Sucker
form
born
of the
every minute.
Mandalorian medicine.
Oh god!
Listen, she rolled 4 threats.
It's so funny.
At this point, I'm just picking up the Jawa and carrying him to the medical bay.
I think hearing that, she would look at the suckers again.
They're inside like a little plastic container which has the crying baby face on it and the Mandalorian writing.
She does a John. She face palms.
No, I'm not gonna wake up for a while, probably.
Should I read the suckers first?
What the hell did you give him? As I have him on my shoulder.
Just give you a jar of suckers. Get rid of these. Expose them.
Okay, noted. I'll throw them in the incinerator. Here, I'll trade you a Jawa for the whatever the fuck those are.
I laid them beside Bortuna. They have to share a bed, unfortunately.
Okay. I'll throw these in whatever counts as an incinerator on this thing.
Out of reflex, Bortuna reaches out and snuggles the Jawa.
Say the same thing.
It was inevitable.
It's canon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Back in the engine bay, you would find some sort of disposal unit. You know.
Yeah,
The
I
engine
just plop
passes
them
out.
down there.
Kosa and Spudman are just kind of, you know, leaning against the bulkheads and just kind of chatting when you show up.
Alrighty, we lost the Jawa to Mandalorian medicine. Great.
Kosa just kind of looks at you and like, Mandalorian medicine?
Pretty sure I read like one word on that, and it said Mandalorian lollipops, and that's all I needed to hear, and I threw them in the garbage chute.
He just nods, like, knowingly. That's a good call. That's a good call. Yeah. We had a bit of an issue with some Mandalorians a while ago. I understand. They're feisty.
Yeah, fair enough.
Those motherfuckers shot at me.
That happens on a daily basis with those guys, doesn't it?
Oh. Yes.
Anyways, let's get to work. Or do you guys want to patch me up and then we'll get to work?
Kosa looks you over and is like, let me take a look at you. Let me get my
I just sit on the stairs here.
This will be a mechanics check. What's your, you were injured, but not super severely. That's good.
Nah, my soak helped me.
That is less than half damage, so he's actually rolling only with 1 purple on that one. That's a pretty good roll. Come on. No, I don't need death. Need healing. How do I do my healings? There we go. Healings. Aha. Droids cannot benefit from medical care, however, they do receive the same benefits from mechanics checks based on the same guidelines. Okay. Excellent. That's good news for you, sir. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 wounds and 2 strain returned to you if you had strain. Unfortunately, I don't think he's got the surgeon-type skills to be able to give you extra wounds when returned. But that is 3 he did patch you up.
Yeah.
Sorry it's not any better. It looks like some of this was, yeah, we definitely need to get you to somebody that can actually, like, reforge some of your chassis here. This component in here, it looks like it was actually crushed. How the you're standing here. What crushed you on the inside?
I'm pretty sure when we were staring at the guy with the red glow rod, he was crushing me.
They can do that?
Oh yeah, the Wookiee can do it too. He can throw people around, though. I don't think he can do the.
Wow, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah, cause I was looking right at him, and I could feel myself slowly becoming a ball of trash. It wasn't fun.
Understandable.
Let's see if we can slow down these engines now.
You got it. And he turns and starts checking out some things. Spudman takes a look at, this side. He's over here with you on this side, and you guys go about examining the engines and trying to figure out what you can. All right. Arden, what are you doing?
Figuring out how to get us out of hyperspace safely so that way we can actually get an location.
Go ahead and give me a use computer at 5 difficulty.
Oh, I have to drag a whole nother purple.
And hang on.
Oh, he's upgrading. Oh no.
Alright. Yeah? No, I didn't see this one.
You literally have 1 threat on that whole roll. That's actually pretty good. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been.
I want to see how close it was.
That's how close it was.
God.
I thought I succeeded, but I didn't see this one here, which canceled out this one.
The system basically just kind of rejects the inputs that you've put in, and it's just...
Come on.
But, I mean, the ship isn't shimmying. It's not having any type of issues. It's just flying through hyperspace. Very minimal issues.
Well, I'm glad you're working, but can you please not fling us through space at hyperspeed? Come on. Why?
Bortuna.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of rouse from your sleep. You're still sore, but you're feeling better. And Jawa is currently in your arms. He feels like he's barely breathing.
Where's... Quick! Somebody! Call a doctor! I attempt to give him mouth-to-mouth.
Shan, you're standing right there as he wakes up startled and attempts to kiss Chabba. Give me a medicine check at 3 difficulty, Bortuna.
See if you can find the mouth.
Wait, that's the black die. The black die is to make sure you hit the mouth.
Do I get any blue dice because I'm in a medical facility?
Sure, I'll give you that one.
Yeah!
You've worked on this Jawa before.
Okay.
I think that's the most reasonable reaction.
Honestly, I think it just happened so fast that she doesn't know what's going on.
2 success and 1 advantage.
Shan is trying to step forward and tell you to relax, but you're just like, I got this! And Chabba, it is a very, very startling wake up. You're not sure the last time he brushed his teeth.
I'm surprised there wasn't any residue of that medicine on there, so Bortuna just passes back up.
It's too late! It's too late! We gotta go on!
Had he failed generated threat, we would have gone with that.
What the heck happened? Why am I laying here? Why am I making out with Bortuna?
I'm just pushing on his chest going, ha, 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 staying alive.
You know what? I'm just gonna let you two be and you just leave.
What the hell happened to me? Hang on a minute here.
I'll tell you later.
All I remember is eating the sucker, and then everything went dark. Okay. Bortuna, as far as I'm aware, you saved my life. No. Until I can confirm otherwise, thank you.
All in a day's work for the cheese man.
Blubbles just snoring comfortably.
That's going in my diary of fan fiction I might know of.
Alright.
Shan, as you step out of the medical bay, you see a Deveronian and a Gran just kind of looking around.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Fine, just checking on the patients.
Yeah, move. How you doing? My name's Tanel. I have recently been liberated, and I'm beginning to think that maybe this is destiny.
Can I roll the destiny die real quick?
Would you rather roll the chance cube? I mean,
Well, that's what I meant.
sure. I don't know what's your favorite at this point, so
We'll go with
blue for
I'll
non-murder.
make-
Blue
I'll
for
make-
non-murder.
Yeah, blue for non-murder. Nah, I shoot him.
I don't know what that
It is close range.
It is close range. How many die do you have? Are you aiming?
Probably not. This is probably a from the hip reaction.
Yeah.
How
Just
many
be mindful.
dies?
You do have blast.
I can choose to activate that.
Damn it.
I didn't fall for it. We were this close to greatness.
You guys want me to kill our fucking doctor?
No. I'm just.
You
I'm
wouldn't
just
kill
memeing.
her.
I wouldn't kill her, but I would certainly really hurt her a lot.
I was just memeing.
That's fair.
We do enjoy
Alright,
it.
okay. So this is a dumb question, but would I have had enough forethought to switch it to stun?
Nope.
Can
That's
I-
what the chance cube was for.
Yeah, I
Murder
know.
or non-murder. And you rolled murder.
Murder it is.
Alrighty, how much
It should
murder
have
is
been.
it?
Do I shoot him or do I not?
Oh
shoot him?
my
God!
You critically maimed this man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a bow, and all of a sudden the Deveronian just flips over the couches, over the bar, and in behind the back area.
Oh my god!
The Gran is standing there, hands above his head, like Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, don't mess with my man.
I don't think Blumbles is sleeping anymore.
Okay. Just saying, it's been a while since one of us done something incredibly stupid, so I gotta break the record here.
She wasn't expecting it, so her hands are over her mouth in shock.
That's my girlfriend.
Excuse me.
The Gran's like, I don't understand. What's with the whistles and clicks?
Who says you're next? Okay, let's understand.
Where did he go? Oh, is he coming to the engine bay?
He ran and hid. He was just told he's next. Bortuna, can you give me a medicine check at 3 difficulty, please?
I'm gonna come over and assist you because I just saw this man fly.
You got a blue die for assistance.
I'm gonna go to the mechanics bay.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, should I have another blue die from a medicine backpack? I always forget.
No,
about
I don't think this is going to qualify this time.
that. Okay, I didn't think so.
Hey.
Hey!
That Deveroni is on the deck.
Oh my god.
He's bleeding, but he ain't dead.
Are you? Excuse me. I knock gently on his forehead. If you can hear me, go. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. He still has his hearing.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed he's still alive.
On a scale from 1 to 10, approximately how much pain are you in?
He stopped moving.
I'm
Okay,
going.
I'm gonna go get some medical supplies to save this man so he won't die and I won't have a body haunting the ship like
I'm
we
gonna-
already have.
I'm gonna straddle him, and then I'm just gonna put my hands on his chest. Ha 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 ha.
With every press, there's a shot of blood coming from the wound.
More.
Can you bring me a towel?
We're going to the medical people to get
Oh no.
Chabba,
Yeah.
Kosa and B1T are working on an engine. Spudman's on the other side. You can see him.
Hey guys, I came to help.
Who'd you shoot?
Deveronian.
Okay,
He was hitting on my girlfriend.
fair enough. Go over and help Spudman.
What? What about Spudman?
I said go over and help him.
Ah, okay.
Arden. There was a resounding blaster shot from the back, and then some gasps. Of what
Oh, at
sounds
this
like
point,
somebody
I'd say
dying.
Arden's out.
Oh, you're unconscious? Or are you out?
I would
of the-
say Arden is like out, has like passed out at this point.
You're slumped over in the chair. Heard. All right.
Wait. Oh,
Don't you die on me.
It's been long. It's been long enough.
Blue. He's still alive, but barely.
I
What did you find in the medical bay? I mean, it's your medical bay. You know where things are. I'm pretty sure while they were gone, you were organizing the medical bay to be your medical bay.
medicine, probably something to stitch up the wound if it's bad enough. Band-aids.
Just grab a stim pack at this point. Just jam that
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
into him.
And it's tip black too, why not?
He's got a pretty
Probably
healthy
should.
blaster wound right to the right pectoral muscle. It is a fairly large gaping hole at this point in time.
Yeah, he's going to be so.
Minus from our stim packs, by the way.
Nice. The Deveronian is alive. It looks like he is not going to attempt that again. He is full on passed out. So
Blumbles just peacefully asleep.
I was not expecting him to live through that.
No.
What a tough man.
He didn't let out a Wilhelm scream, so
I swear Spudman said that he took a shot for him before. Maybe he's just extra tough.
I think he helped Spudman, if I remember right.
how much
He did,
damage
I'm
was
sure.
that fucking shot, by the way?
15. Technically, it was a critical hit, though, because of the Triumph.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't kill somebody outright. I mean, you have to do, like, double their HP total. So even Bortuna would have survived that shot.
That's fair, but in any normal circumstance, he likely would have died. I'm pretty sure. No, no one to help him. He would have just.
Oh, yeah, he would have absolutely bled out and dead.
Yeah.
No, Bortuna jumped in, pressed more blood out of him, and Shan then hit him with a stim pack at the very minimum. So So, and there's now a Gran hiding in the lower engine area.
He just becomes like Gollum.
Thinking about this, and all the excitement that happened, I'm going to check on Arden.
Check on our what? You cut out.
I said I'm going to check on Arden.
Oh,
after
okay.
all this.
Are we just leaving the Deveronian in the bar area?
I will drag him to the refresher.
Yeah, no, go to the medical bay, please, if you can.
Yeah, can do.
As Shan goes up to check on Arden, where do you drag him?
Let's see, where's the chance cube at?
Right in front of you, like it always is.
I was looking elsewhere.
What color's what?
Do I have to? Oh, okay. Blue is refresher, red is medical bay. Actually,
Water
red
and
is
blood.
refresher.
Water and blood. Water and blood.
Wait, so red is medical bay?
Yes, because that's where you bleed.
No! Fine. Oh no! I suplex him!
Suplexes him onto the bed.
He's always falling in one direction.
Bonk.
There we go.
Not a
No,
Way
no.
long ways.
Yes.
Wait, before I leave him. Is he wearing pants?
Yes, they're the prison pants.
Dude, so he's not gonna have a wallet.
No. No.
No. Does he have any personal belongings? Or effects?
Where would he hide them?
I grab a surgical glove.
I was like, that's a wrong question to ask
Give me
the
a
prisoner.
perception check it for difficulty. Let's see if he hit anything in the prison bucket.
What was it? What check? And how many?
Perception at 4 difficulty.
Okay.
prison pocket. He
Oh, wait.
hit a knife.
Wait, is my perception? No, it's just 2 yellow. What am I doing? I'm smoking something.
So odd. We was talking about prison pockets earlier.
Oh,
Man.
Well,
Too
you're
bad.
pretty sure he's got, cancer of the rectum at this point in time, but no actual stashed goods.
Oh no. I'm gonna start writing it down on a clipboard.
It's not even any paper on it. He's just literally writing it on the clipboard. Shan,
I don't know how these things work. We use technology.
Shan, you go up to the cockpit, and there's Arden, kind of like slumped in the chair.
Uh-oh. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's wearing his helmet, so I'll remove that.
It's a little messy on the inside. He's got what looks like a gash across his above his eye.
I'm going back to the medical bay, and I'm gonna get the stuff I need and heal him up too.
Are you gonna take him to the medical bay, or are you just gonna treat him in the chair?
This would be interesting because I don't know how strong she is.
Let's look at her sheet.
not particularly. I have 2 brawn.
Well, I mean, she's still stronger than freaking Bortuna.
I think she's
Everybody's
equally as
strong.
strong as
Nope.
Arden.
Bortuna has
Yeah.
a 1 brawn.
No, I was talking about Arden.
Oh
Equally
yeah,
as strong as
yeah,
Arden.
same. Yeah,
Yeah, I have 2 bro.
I'm a weakling.
yeah.
I do my best to. Well, I can't get him to the medical bay, so I'm going to try to get him into his room and lay on his bed and use his bed as a medical bay thing, I guess.
Okay, I think that's a feasible. It's less than half the distance. I think, yeah, we'll just say you can go ahead and do that. Not even going to stress that. He's in his bed. You're attending. You're more than allowed to do a medicine check on him. You will not have the blue die because you're not in the medical bay.
Okay.
But his wounds are greater than half, so you will have to roll at 2 difficulty, not 3. 2 difficulty.
She has a medical backpack, but that's up to you on whether or not that.
Would
She
she
can-
would?
yeah.
Yeah, she would have grabbed it because she was treating the Deveronian. You're absolutely right.
She also has a physician's kit, but it's up. I mean, it's really dependent on which one you think she would use.
They're both roughly the same idea.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
physician's kit I imagine is more like a bag that you carry around.
Yeah.
A satchel.
So do I have blue dye or no?
Yes, you would have a blue
Yeah,
die
you do,
because
you
you've
do
got
need
the bag with you.
Yeah, like either way you go, you'll have a blue die. Wow.
Yes.
3
One-
wounds and a bunch of strain
Strain.
gets healed.
Like 4 strain and 3 wounds.
Wow, that's pretty good.
What was it, 3 wounds?
Yeah,
1,
3
2,
wounds.
3, 4, and 5 strain.
Yeah, the brain I'm back up to full, but wounds, that did help.
By the way, there.
No, go ahead.
She has about 10 med aid patches that may be of use in this regard as well.
What are med aid patches?
Hang on just a second. Tried to Google it, but it just showed me real med aid patches.
Yeah.
The med aid patch. You gain 1 success and 1 advantage result automatically when you use a medicine check on someone.
Yeah, you could use that in conjunction. Had you chosen to.
Future reference at the very least.
Yes, very
Okay.
much so. But again, this is more or less long-term care at this point in time. So,
Yeah.
Blumbles, you eventually wake up and you see the Deveronian from the jailbreak just kind of laying in bed, a very, very large chest wound, blasted into him. Bortuna is currently trying to figure out how to write on a clipboard in the future of space. But you are awake now. And I just realized that he stepped away from the table.
Huh? No.
No,
Blumbles.
Blumbles. Well, that was pointless. Alright, running down the list. Arden, you would probably wake up in a couple hours' time. You're laying in bed, you've been bandaged, your armor's probably set off to the side.
What? Where am I? What happened?
In
Oh,
the-
right.
It's a good
Oh,
thing I
right.
checked up on you.
Oh, how long have I been out?
How long have you out? I had no idea you was unconscious when I found you.
Okay then. Well, I gotta work on the ship. I gotta get.
Take it easy. She says, trying to hold you still.
I gotta.
You know anyone else that can fly the thing for a while till you recuperate more?
I'm the only pilot.
Oh no.
Wait, no, I'm the only good pilot.
That's better. I literally thought that whenever you said that.
I'm just sitting here thinking that Chabba's in the engine bay, like, just finally clicked something in place. That's better.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll let you back on the sea. But try to take it easy, please. I might have to find someone to help you fly, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, fine.
Guess I can check on that guy. I don't know what he was doing to make Chabba mad, but he did something.
I see Blumbles is awake.
Yes. I went through a whole spiel and I realized you weren't here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's alright. It's just like, oh yeah, that's right. He typed in chat that he was going to be right back. Deveronian laying on the bed, big hole in the chest. Bortuna is attempting to figure out how to use a clipboard.
Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna wake up to him like inspecting the prison pocket.
You know what? That's a better place for you to wake up. This Twi'lek, and I'm using air quotation marks, doctor, is probably wrist deep.
First, Blumbles smacks himself. He is indeed awake. What the fuck are you doing? think he's awake too.
See if there somebody's in his room. Or
Seriously.
he's muted.
He is muted. Why is everybody stepping away from this table?
I'm confused. What's happening now?
Blumbles woke up to the inspection
Prison.
of the
I got that,
Daveronian's
like-
prison pocket.
Maybe he's just in a stunned silence.
He's just standing there, hand up a dude, just staring at Blumbles.
His eyes locked. Just plays the Kill Bill theme.
It's exactly what it looks like. Oh, he's back.
Hola.
Did you catch all that, or do we got to repeat it?
I'm sorry, I missed it.
Aww.
Okay,
Blumbles has
yeah.
awoken to you during
Meat
your
bucketing.
inspection.
Oh yeah. Nice.
You're buried up to your wrist, and you turn and you lock eyes with Blumbles, who's staring at you.
You're next. What was your last exam, Blumbles? Tell me.
I'm not gonna ask questions. I'm just gonna walk. Excuse me. Hey, get a little deeper there so I can get by.
Pancreatic cancer is a threat,
Thank you.
Blumbles. A threat!
Pancreatic.
You need to get checked.
That's it.
Blumbles is going-
I don't think we can get any better than this, guys. I think we should just wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Next episode has been a banger, hasn't it?
And Blumbles is going to make the strongest drink he can.
The jet fuel's at the back of the ship, sir.
I don't need no booster blue at the moment. That'll make me more aware of the pain. Feel inside.
At this point in time, everybody's just kind of winding down. Bortuna, you gotta slide out of the Deveronian at some point in time. You found some precancerous polyps, but he didn't have anything hidden up there. That or he hit it really, really well.
Poor guy. Yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna break it to him. Oh!
With a bag of ice.
I'm going to write him. Is there anything I can write on?
Clipboard.
I'm sorry, I'm just picturing him with a Sharpie drawing on his shirt. What does the note say, Bortuna?
Sorry,
I couldn't be more handy for you.
You have foot cancer. That's all it says.
You have butt cancer. Everybody's going about the rest of their day on the ship. This Deveronian is going to wake up hours later, just my chest. What's on my shirt? Oh God! No!
He starts playing Mad World.
Oh my God!
He just sobs quietly into his hands.
I told me
God.
I ran in my family and didn't leave them.
We need to clip like these moments from this fucking episode and post them on like a Reddit thread or something. Oh God! Amazing.
There's something wrong with us.
I don't know. Maybe I should go and help this poor man out, or pull him out of his misery, wherever work would be.
That's several hours down the line. I mean, hyperspace, Arden, Chabba, everyone's working in one form or another. Yeah, I can say that you go back to the medical bay and you're checking on the Deveronian pretty much constantly, but he was shot with a very strong blaster. He is out. And you realize that you're now out of Mandalorian coma medicine, which would probably help in the long run for him.
I had to get rid of it because of Chabba. He would probably try to get it eventually the second time.
Do you want to tell Chabba that the Deveronian is okay? Or do you want to leave that to be a secret? Oh, I'm sorry. I put Bortuna in the wrong place.
Oh, we fused.
Fusion.
Borumbles?
Blumtuna.
I like Blum tuna.
I'm probably not gonna tell him. I'm gonna see if anyone else needs any medical attention.
I'd say in the span of several hours, Blumbles would be curious as to where the Grand went, as he has no idea what the hell happened.
Eventually, you would find him, hiding below, behind the reactor, huddled in a corner. And, as soon as he starts hearing footsteps approaches, he's, like, trying to retreat further. And he didn't understand you the first time. I mean, what do you want out of this?
Blumbles would probably just find him in a corner somewhere. And just approach him, like, hands up, like, oh, I'm not gonna hurt you. That kind of thing. And if he doesn't respond well to that, Blumbles would leave and come back with a slice of cake and just slide it on the ground. And then just back up.
He is scared out of his mind. He is freaked out. I mean, he saw probably, his closest friend from prison just literally shot across the ship. Just a few hours ago, but he's traumatized.
Yeah.
That's a new skill for Chabba, emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
But after sliding him a piece of cake, probably about 10 feet away from him, Blumbles will go back upstairs. Probably just meditate in his room, trying to get the images out of his head.
Give me a perception check at 2 difficulty.
Oh no.
Blumbles.
Let me get the difficulty first. If I'm getting the difficulty first, is a lot better. But you don't forget in the middle of it. Two success, 2 advantage.
This room is really, really clean. I mean, like, impressively cleaned.
Nice.
It smells very fresh.
As he stepped in, he was going to be like, oh. But then, he just goes in after it's clean. I don't think he knew there was shit all over the place. I don't remember.
No,
I think he just saw Arden
just
doing
laying
it
on the couch, like the entire episode.
Pretty much.
Honestly, he probably just saw Arden going in there and not really sure why.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Blumbles meditates to try and bleach his brain.
Canonically, do any of us know anything about that at all?
Nope.
No.
That's funny. Do we even know about
Arden
that?
played it off.
The greatest mystery of our times.
Nobody knows what happened or why it happened or anything.
That's hilarious.
It's one of those old unsolved mysteries of the universe at this point.
Man.
Arden,
Yes.
if you would like to give me another use computer check, 5 difficulty, I'm going to leave the red die for you.
Alright. Do I keep the black die, the setback?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Attempt number 2. No.
What is the result?
Don't forget reroll.
Nah,
Yeah.
that won't help him.
That won't help me here. I've got 4 fails.
Yeah.
2 success,
Maximum of
3 advantage, 4 fails, 3 threats. He equaled out the main badness of what could, compound this issue, and just failed to get the ship to drop out again. B1T, you are allowed a mechanics check at 5 difficulty. You are allowed a blue die from the various helps that you're getting.
I was gonna ask, can I use my contraption ability?
I'm going. Contraption.
Could that be applied here, is what I'm wondering. If not, I'll do the 5 difficulty check.
Yeah, what? Yeah, sure. But
Mhm.
you won't be able to use any of your blue dice. Any of them.
Alrighty then.
You gotta risk it for the biscuit.
I want biscuits.
It lowers the difficulty from 5 to 3, but I don't get any blue die. I feel like that's a fair trade.
Yeah.
And
What?
Oh, wow. There you
Yeah.
go.
That's amazing.
Bingo.
That is amazing.
Nice.
let's fucking go.
Using the various parts around the ship, you were able to understand that the hyperdrives are pulling a lot more power from the reactor system than it should be. So if you do a hopefully innocuous reset on the system, maybe it'll knock you guys out of hyperspace.
I know that as the solution, but I haven't done it yet, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
You'd be able to fashion a device to solve it. Basically, you're putting in a nice big interrupt switch. Just think Jurassic Park with hold on to your butts type of moment.
Mhm.
Except you're in a starship in space.
Alrighty.
Hyperspace.
In hyperspace.
I would make the switch in a place where Chabba can't touch it.
I don't think that would actively try to kill us all, but okay.
Well, no, because I think if I make it once, it's permanent. And then, for convenience sake, is there a comm to the cockpit from here?
There's always a comm to the cockpit. It was just comedic effect that we just kept having to fucking walk across the ship.
Yeah. Hey, Arden.
Yeah, what?
I got a way to get us out of hyperspace, I think. You're not gonna like it, though.
Well, I mean, I can't do it from here, so, I mean... Just do it.
Alrighty, I got the go-ahead. Arden, you may want to hold on to your ass. Chabba, hold on to your ass.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna flip the switch.
The ship basically goes to a power outage. Just boom. The whole thing is dark. The only person who's really got any light is Arden at the front of the ship because of, the view screen. The ship drags just basically because it's not propelling itself forward anymore because there's no power to anything. Eventually, it just kind of shunts itself out into space. The star lines have stopped. Normal stars have resumed. I'm going to roll a die.
Oh.
Bless you, Rocky, 2 times.
Thank you. I muted, but it didn't matter.
What's up?
Thank you as well.
And the ship just dumps out into space. There's no immediate dangers anywhere. I rolled a challenge die to see if there was some sort of hazard to pop up. Nothing did.
Nice.
You had a blank face. You guys are lucky as shit.
Yes.
However, you should know that right now there is no power on board.
Mm-hmm.
There's no air circulating. There's nothing.
Gravity.
Gravity is gone. Everybody's starting to float.
Well, B1T's start trying to fucking get shit back on.
Give me a mechanics check yet. Let's say 4 difficulty.
4 difficulty, I get my blue die back.
Yep, but not the extra from help.
Goes floaty.
Boom.
I'm re-rolling that.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Die's been flipped.
Yeah!
Hey.
Bingo.
1 success. And that's it.
Success and 1 advantage.
The lights come back up. The air starts circulating again. Chabba, the engines sound like they're attempting to spool up again before they just stop and stay silent.
Well, it
Arden,
looks like you did it.
there's a lot of information flying by on the screens. I don't know if you've
God.
ever seen a computer in this universe do a hard reboot.
I don't
Oh,
think a ship like
Lord.
that.
Oh, great. Now there's going to be the "you must activate Windows" thing at the bottom of the screen forever. No!
Medical con. What just happened? What's going on?
Deveronian kind of rolls over. Ow, my ass.
I needed the hard reset the ship to get us out of hyperspace because we don't have a destination.
Oh. Well, I'm going up towards the computer, I guess.
I'm gonna stay here to make sure the engines aren't fucked. You staying?
I'm gonna go lay down. It's been a bit.
Alrighty.
That smells like Wookie.
Chabba, what the hell happened?
You talking about that power outage?
Yeah.
B1T had to shut down the ship in order to get us out of hyperspace.
Oh, alright.
Whatever happened with the blind jump that we did, it kind of fucked up the computer, so it was doing basically like an information. We were stuck in hyperspace.
Hello? I hear voices, but I can't see anything.
Open your eyes, Bortuna.
Oh! Well. How about that? Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I'm gonna try and and this is a long shot, but I'm gonna see if there's enough junk in here for me to fashion a translator with. It's been long enough.
Yeah, about time we got one. I'm gonna go up to the cockpit, see where the hell we are.
I'm gonna... Jabba, need help looking for stuff?
Sure.
Alright, you'll get a blue die on your check. Blumbles, you walk up to the cockpit and there's Arden and Shan. He's kind of sitting down.
What the hell's going on, Arden?
Well, I'm trying to clear all the notifications.
Damn, really was a hard reset, huh?
Yeah.
Accidentally clicks on an ad. This one is broadcast by Darth Vader himself.
For fuck's sake. God, why do they make the X's so small?
Buy my armor polish. Only 5 Republic credits.
Oh, actually, that's pretty nice.
That's an old ad.
That's from like Space Windows XP days.
Ouch.
Dark Lord brings people back from the dead. Doctors hate this trick.
Alright,
Space
let's
wizards
find
from
out
beyond
where
the
are we.
grave?
It's more likely than you think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Roll me an astrogation check, please. Let's go with 4 difficulty, please. No black die, no hazards, no nothing. Just... Computer's got to try and find its place, basically.
Are you serious?
1 advantage.
I'm re-rolling. What advantage? Should I re-roll?
Just re-roll.
Yes.
You already flipped it.
Yeah.
Somebody already flipped it.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
flipped it.
Nope, it's the same thing!
Actually, you lost the advantage.
Oofus.
Really?
Yes.
No, I've still got it. It's right here.
No, there's 3 threats.
Yeah,
And you
I rolled
3
the
advantage.
exact same thing.
No, you had 4 advantage the first time. You had 1 advantage. Now it evened
Oh, I
out.
had 1
You had a
advantage.
complete wash.
Would you like me to try that, good sir?
Nope, because you're searching for things. Which, by the way, give me a perception check at, let's say, 4 difficulty. Won't make it impossible, but this will be difficult.
You said a blue die from Bortuna?
Bortuna helping, yes.
Hey.
Why do you have 2?
Force powers.
That's for living things.
Ah, lame. Damn space wizards.
I'm impressed.
Wow. Just give it to me for that alone.
Well, first and
A lot of
foremost, you did
disadvantages.
get it. Yeah, but it was
Mhm.
equaled out by your
Yeah,
advantages.
it was.
You have 5 advantages to 4 disadvantages. So technically, you got them out 1 ahead.
Yeah.
I could try it since I'm up there with Arden now.
So do we manage to scrounge up enough junk to make a translator?
You managed to scrounge up enough junk. Given time, you can probably get it to do some translational work. You've at least got a couple 3 resources that speak the language to help cross, make sure it's accurate. It'll take a little bit, but yeah, you can make a functional translator to basic.
Good.
Alright. If you would like to try an astrogation check, Shan, you may. It's going to be at 4 difficulty.
You have 5 green dice in that.
All
By
right.
sheer dice
I'm gonna-
alone, you
I'm going
got
to take a quick break for a couple minutes, take a restroom. Everybody take 5, I guess?
Do you need a friend?
Thank you.
Should we do the roll first, or?
Roll it, and then I will get back to it when I get back.
I have to use the honor system,
Yeah.
everybody. No funny business.
You have to roll these other 2, Shan.
Yeah,
It was
but-
4 difficulty. Just roll those 2.
Oh, just roll these.
You
two?
just roll those
Yeah.
2, yeah. Add it on to what you already got. Ooh.
She got
That's still a success. That's 2 success, and I believe the advantages are gone. Yeah.
the advantages are
Actually, I
gone.
think you have a threat.
1 threat.
1 threat.
Yeah,
You still
1 threat.
succeeded, though.
I will be right back as well.
Alrighty.
Or will you? Oh. So I was doing some offline runs yesterday, and I got another run where I was ahead to robot, and then I dropped the hover. I died in something.
Oh,
It was very sad.
sad.
It was like it wasn't even like it was a choke, but it wasn't like a nervous choke. It was just like okay, I can do this. This is no problem. And then I just kind of like didn't. Then I was like, oh, well, I don't really know what happened. I'm gonna go to bed now. But it was after a as like a meme flag proxy attempt, kind of. So I basically decided trying to PB without flag proxy is just too hard. I'm just gonna have to work with like fewer runs and just play better on the whole. I think it's just too hard to like start out like 12 seconds behind right out the gate. It's brutal.
Yeah. I am sore.
What from?
Did some lifting yesterday,
Oh,
and my legs are sore too from walking up my hill.
my man getting strong.
Strong.
Next time I see Mikey, he's just gonna be like Arnold up.
That'd be nice.
I'll wait. I forgot you had mentioned before. Anytime that you do lifting, it's like for strength gains, right? It's not for like
Yeah,
gains primarily.
get the strength.
I mean, that's
Muscular endurance.
more utilitarian anyway.
Yeah.
What
I
I
did.
miss?
No,
Well-
talking about lifting.
Musculus.
Oh.
Musculus. But I did. I'd have to go look at the actual paper, but I think I did a little over 30 barbell curls, 50 pounds. It was nice.
Damn.
That's crazy, dog.
John,
Took a 2-minute break at least, at most actually, between each set. So
what's
not
your
super crazy.
computer skill?
I mean, even so.
Yeah, it's still good.
Yeah, no, endurance-wise,
2 green,
that's
1
a
yellow.
lot.
Okay.
yeah.
John,
Yeah.
hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Let's go.
Nice.
We should hang out again soon.
I agree.
Yes.
This time not on Mother's Day.
Yes.
I felt
But
so
we don't have
sad.
to worry about that for like a whole year.
Well, just, you know what I mean.
I know.
We'll do it
Get
on
something to
Father's
burn
Day.
again.
No! If we do it on Father's Day, I'll just bring my dad. Be like, "Excuse me, this is Mr. Bortuna.
I hear that you're a senator.
Amazing. How are things on Ryloth?
Dry.
I just want to see you ask him those questions out of context and see if he goes with the flow.
Oh, he would. That's just. Yeah,
He totally would. He totally would.
that's
So
just
how are
personality.
things on Ryloth? Well, they're hot.
Dry.
My dad likes Star Wars. I don't think he's like into the. I mean, he just doesn't know about the, like, extended universe business, but he likes Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's seen all the movies. He also doesn't care much for the third trilogy. Jeez.
Understandable.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Basically.
The third trilogy was a tragedy.
Yes.
I remember, I think it was The Last Jedi that came on. It was just like on FX or something, and I just happened to be hanging out at the time. So I sat down and I watched it with him because he had never seen it before, and it was to celebrate when something was coming out. So they were playing. Oh, it was whenever it was either before Rise of Skywalker came out or Rise of Skywalker had just was coming out, like on TV. It was one of those two, and so we were watching The Last Jedi. And I just remember there were so many points where he would just turn and look at me and like cock an eyebrow like, what? I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Now, of the sequel trilogy, I preferred The Last Jedi, as I've stated before numerous times. Mostly because it tried to do something different.
Yeah, I don't fault it for that. I don't, like, I'm not a Last Jedi hater just because, like, I disagree with trying to go a different direction. That's not my beef is, like, with the trilogy as a whole in terms of cohesion. And then the last movie just was kind of really not good, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
It tried to retcon so much of what was put forth in the 8th one. And it made the whole trilogy feel mushy, you know?
Yeah, it was not cohesive, like, even a little bit. And that's just, you can't have that when you have a trilogy. Like, that's just not how it works.
Each movie, like, that came after the first one, was just fighting itself.
Basically.
Like, Last Jedi was fighting Force Awakens in a way, and Rise of Skywalker was trying to fight Last Jedi, but, yeah. It did not succeed.
This is why we plan out our trilogies, people.
Mm-hmm. This is
Well,
why you don't
that's-
just make movies for
That's
money.
not necessarily true either. You know, despite, all the, written down evidence, Lucas was not coherently comprehensive on the original trilogy, He put Star Wars out there, New Hope, to get it started. You know, he was hoping, and it did well, and it did ecstatically well, and he was able to continue the rest. But he had like an outline. He didn't have it super well comprehensively written, you know. And then
but at least he had that outline.
True, but then he had no oversight for the prequels, and there was a lot of all over the boards with the first two. The third one, Revenge of the Sith, was a little bit more cohesive. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a little bit more focused on what it was trying to do. Debatably not as good as the original trilogy offerings, but it had its own merits. Every one of the movies has its own merits. But I mean,
yeah, I don't think any of them are so bad that they're unwatchable in their own regards. I'm just
except for The Rise of Skywalker to me.
No, that one is
They fly now.
Yeah.
It falls into the tatatory. What was I even trying to say? I think I tried to say Tatooine. It falls into, for me, the territory of like those. I don't want to call them like Star Wars ripoffs, but like all the blockbuster science fantasy movies that try to replicate what Star Wars has done on like a cultural level, and then they just never can because they're just none of them are Star Wars. It fell like into that territory, except it was a Star Wars movie, and it's like how?
Yeah, it's the if they weren't branded as Star Wars, they'd be all right. But it's the fact that they're Star Wars.
They had
When's Iron Giant 2?
They had so much existing material that was already well received by the community that adapting it to film would have been the proper direction to go.
Or
but
even
it's
like people who.
But it's the fact that they didn't. As far as I can tell, they just didn't want to pay the original creators.
Basically. And not only that, but like it's also easy to find, or I shouldn't say easy to find, but I mean it couldn't have been very difficult for these well-resourced people to be able to find writers and creators who were talented and also cared about the IP, who could also cater to Disney's needs, as opposed to like just kind of grabbing Star. I'm not saying that like J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson aren't good writers or directors or anything, because obviously they both have like critically acclaimed movies in other areas, but they just, I don't know, it just kind of felt to me like they didn't have Star Wars at heart when they were writing these movies.
I honestly
mean?
don't think that was the issue. I think what it was that they had too much overhead over their control.
That makes sense too, yeah.
You know, Rian Johnson's made some really good movies when he's not as interfered with by the studio. And with a property like Star Wars, the studio is going to have a lot of say in it because it is Star Wars and it is such a huge property. And you don't want to get too crazy with it, otherwise you get things like The Last Jedi, and they got scared because it tried to do something.
Should have just made the holiday special after that.
Okay, somebody shoot that man.
Yeah.
I presume we're still waiting on Rocky and Shan?
No, we've been here the whole time.
Oh, I apologize. Nobody said anything. So.
Good sir, this is what I got.
Alright, well,
She
you got
succeeded.
1 threat and 2 success. Mazel tov.
Woo!
As you start helping the computer through its process, trying to adjust to where it was in the star lanes, let's see if I can do this without disturbing everything. Yeah, that'll work. For at the moment, at the very minimum. After a couple days in hyperspace, this is where you've wound up.
How dang, guys, we're almost there.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Now, it's not a straight line. It's not like a flat plane the way this is presented. You're above the arm. This is not
we're like
locked.
Yeah, it's like Sirvris. It's like where we're pointed at.
No,
Oh,
like
you mean
that.
3D space.
Maybe not that high, but you get the idea of what I'm attempting to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
missing the lane by a little bit.
And we went a long ass way, didn't we?
Put it
I
this
think
way.
the best bet would be Narcaga.
Put it this way, Chabba. The engines were put at their highest possible speed in a random direction, and through the random assortments of luck that you guys have accumulated, you've more or less been pushed further and further out. Because you're above the normal swing of the arm, there's been some drift that's also helped push you to where your position is.
Oh, okay.
Damn, we went far, didn't we? hell?
Yeah.
How the hell is that possible?
Space magic.
Well, looks like we can course
Generous
correct.
GM.
There. He points at this hyperspace lane. I don't think we have to worry about the Empire following us.
I thought it's another planet past the Empire in it. Yeah, we have to worry.
I don't know if we have anything on the Narcaga system.
I'm not in the room, so I can't mention anything that's about
I think I'm hoping we rebooted the system, we didn't wipe the ship's memory. Maybe it's been there. There should be flight logs somewhere in this thing. Unless they wiped that when they were repairing its shit. I just thought of that.
I can check it over, I guess.
Feel free, but remembering that, I don't have much confidence. I'll go check on everyone else.
There's a lot of people to check on. You can see Kosa passed out on the couch. You see Bortuna? No, you don't, because there's a wall there. Never mind.
Now I see the cheese.
Hi.
Hey, Bortuna.
You come for your examination?
No.
Oh.
Just
Well,
wanted to check, see if everything was alright. Chabba make his translator or something?
was that what he was making? I thought he was trying to make a cheese grater.
I just have a question. Is he still wearing the glove?
What's in your favor, Bortuna?
Blue.
Nah,
Yes.
glove is off.
Oh.
Oh, you wanted it on. My bad. Yes, the glove is still on.
Yes.
It's a little dirty.
So, where are we at?
We're... He's just looking at the glove. We're pretty close to hut space now.
We're what?
We're about to get on a hyperspace lane. I think we're actually near... Well, we're between hut and Bothan space at the moment. Oh, he's gone, alright. Bubbles was like, just closing his eyes, thinking for a second, and oh, he's gone. Alright.
I
You
think
probably did hear the refresher shut.
Yeah, it did. He's like, what? Oh.
Did somebody else get a message?
that's
me.
yeah. No, I heard it too, and I thought it was mine. I'm like, no, mine didn't go off.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody got a Steam message though.
Understand.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I was looking around. I was trying to find my orange notification. Like, where's my message at? You have a message from Pizza the Hut. I know you're here.
I know you're near.
I'd try.
I've tracked your IP.
Oh no!
Should have used NordVPN.
And now a word from our sponsor.
We don't have any sponsors. Who the fuck are we getting?
With NordVPN, I can safely browse the web.
Who the fuck
No
are you?
no filthy rebellion scum is going to get my data.
Don't listen to this imposter. Use Palpatine VPN. For all your true HoloNet browsing needs. Buy it.
I like how
Do it.
we've turned Palpatine like this charismatic goofball. That's great.
He's just ever shilling. I mean, let's be honest. We've just gone from true, the Empire is wonderful, we must use it to protect everything, to selling fucking products. So
Yes. That Death Star costs a lot of money.
Do you know how many fucking commercials I had to put myself into to pay for that fucking thing? And it got blew up like a week later.
It is really unlucky when you think about it. It took forever to build that thing.
Yeah, if you pay attention to the movies, about 20 years.
Mm-hmm. It's like you save up for years to buy like a really expensive car that's like way outside of your normal budget, and like you wreck it the next week.
Not even you. Somebody else wrecks it.
Yeah.
Like it's sitting in your driveway, and some douchebag takes the corner too fast and wipes it out. You just come out the next morning and just scream.
That Ferris Bueller.
Kind of. Anyway.
Blumbles would walk into the room with Chabba. Hey Chabba, how's that translator coming along?
Pretty good. I just got to program the languages and shit in it. Hey, cheese, by the way.
I haven't checked.
I added an extra feature. So, what's going on?
Wait a second.
Well, we finally pulled up the map of where we are. And we're between Hut Space and Bothan Space. Pretty close to where we need to go, actually, where the flotilla was, anyway.
Ah, good. Did we ever even get briefed on what the heck we were even supposed to do, where we were going?
If we did, the terror of seeing Darth Vader shook it out of me.
Is that who that was? That black guy?
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Ah, okay.
First time I ever saw him, and ooh. Let's hope we never see him again.
He actually kind of gave the ghost the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Whenever he showed up, the ghost kind of minimized himself. Come to think of it, I'm not sure if he's come back yet or not.
Give me a perception check. Let's go with 3 difficulty, because you're still getting used to it. But you do get your blue die from Force Powers.
Success.
Yeah, that is a big success.
1 threat.
No?
Mm-hmm.
No threats?
Nope. Yep, just, 4 success.
Mm-hmm.
Or 3.
3 success. Just straight 3 success. You can feel the presence of the Sith Inquisitor once more. It's not as large as it was. It's no longer the size of a quarter like it was when in the presence of Vader, but it's probably no bigger than a volleyball.
Okay. No. There he is. He's still there. He's just, not all there, so to speak. Assume he's coming back, just not, as fast.
Oh yeah, did you know that Gran? Yeah, he's still under the ship, right?
What hit me?
The Grand, you say?
Yeah.
What? What's up?
Uh-oh.
Where am I?
Hello?
That way, Blumbles, use the translator. I hand him a cheese grater that has a universal translator cuts and
Yes.
Oh my god.
Do I grate my tongue on this?
No, you just speak into it. What are you talking about?
All right.
What's in your favor?
Oh!
What's in your favor?
Me or Rocky?
Let's go with Chabba. What's in Chabba's favor?
Red, baby. Fuck.
Oh. Hello? He
Your
says to
mother.
the cheesecake.
What the?
Okay.
What about my mother?
It wasn't supposed to do that, but that's real fucking funny.
He just looks in not astonishment, really. Well, actually, astonishment that it works, first of all. Second, dismay at what it said. He said, just take it back.
Your mother.
Wait, let me tweak it a bit here.
Bortuna.
Yep.
Can you tell me what happened to that man?
What
I
man?
shot that guy.
That guy?
Why
Yeah, that
did
guy.
you shoot him?
Oh no, I hold up the glove. You mean that guy?
What?
What's with the glove?
What?
Oh, I had to do a colonoscopy.
On who?
Huh?
On who?
A Deveronian.
He stops, looks down, looks at his hands. I'm the Deveronian.
Did you not get my message?
Message? He looks down at his shirt, holds it up. It's upside down.
Just read it upside down, you doofus.
I think I lost a lot of blood.
Hold on.
I think you guys had an automated defense system shoot me?
I'm just... I grab a hold of... Am I able to remove his shirt forcibly?
Yeah, he's not going to really fight you very much.
Okay, I'm just gonna, like, rip his shirt away from him. Just... Not rip, like, literally. I just, like, awkwardly try to tear it over his head. Give me that. Come on, get out.
Okay, take it.
Now I turn it around and I hold it to him.
Too close.
I mean, you got astigmatism. I see.
Oh. Seek help. Ass cancer.
See?
Are you trying to say that I have ass cancer?
I'm so sorry.
He just sits there slack-jawed like, what?
That poor man.
You'll have to have surgery to remove the polyps. I put my arm on his shoulder, or my hand on his shoulder. Truly, I'm so sorry. The gloved hand, by the way.
I know. He's just looking at it and... How'd you know this? Why does that glove smell?
I was doing some dishes.
You see his eyes go from like a half closed to slowly expanding and opening up wide, and a look of horror and shock on his face of, you put your hand in my butt.
You were bleeding profusely. I had to do something to make it stop.
Of course I was bleeding profusely. You had a whole hand in there.
I am a doctor. I am a professional. I know how to do these procedures.
Show me your license.
I don't have to show you anything, mister.
Why do I see you like waggling the finger of the gloved hand at him? Well, I'm going to need a second opinion from somebody.
I take off the glove and I smack him with it.
Okay, I am truly disturbed at this point.
The Blumbles, you asked me why I shot him? He hit on my girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
We need to have a talk.
He has a girlfriend?
I thought you and Blumbles were married. Why would we need to have a talk?
Well, we kind of had an intimate moment earlier. I kind of thought we had something, but...
Whoa. I just met you, and despite the fact that you had a hand up my ass, that does not make us intimate.
If you liked it, you should have put a ring on it, buddy.
I did. It's called a sphincter.
Oh my god. Prison rules. I mean,
Either way, it looks like he lived, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. As long as he doesn't do it again, or else I'll have to shoot him a second time.
Blumbles is pulling a double Arden, just leaning forward in the couch, double face palm, just.
Feel my pain.
Kosa just
You hear in
rolls
the back
over.
of the back of your mind. Feel my pain, Blumbles.
Kosa rolls over and keep it down.
Unbelievable.
All right, you guys got me out of prison. I'll give you a small chance. I'll give you a break. Twi'lek. No. I'm sorry. No. I still need a second opinion. I doubt you, but I don't doubt you. It's a weird situation. Where the hell are we?
I could look again if you like.
No. Just
Are
no.
you scared?
Not scared of. You know, why are we even talking about this? Where
Let's get a
are
load
we?
of this guy. We're in hut space.
Ah, shit.
That's what I said.
And on your hand.
Chabba, can I see that translator again?
Yeah, sure. I kind of fiddled with it a little bit. It might work now. Not sure.
Alright, let's see.
Alright, you know what you gotta do.
Chance cube.
Go.
In your favor.
Always bet on red. Shit.
He says, looks at the cheese grater. Go to the cockpit. There's a doctor there.
Utimi!
Hey, it worked. No, wait a minute.
It
No, wait.
translates everything into Jawa now.
Right. It's supposed to be in basic, isn't it? Yeah, let me see it again.
Excuse me, Bortuna. I need
that
to
a
see
cheese
the man
grater?
for a second.
This is my patient.
I'll be up here bothering people.
And I'm your
Alright,
assistant. Can I please see him?
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Absolutely.
whoa. If you're the assistant. No, absolutely not. No gloves.
Fine.
Gloves are a necessity, Blumbles,
Shit.
please.
Ow.
Blumbles just grabs
No,
the
sorry about
man
the banana
by
peel,
both
Chubb.
of his arms, lifts him
Alright.
off the ground, and just starts carrying him.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay,
Good
this
talking
is
to
not
you.
new. The Gregorian was like this too.
Just carries him,
Hello.
puts him here.
Hi.
My name is. He sees Chan again. Eye twitches. My name is Tanil. Thank you for rescuing me.
No problem.
Me and Hisho and Spudman. We've been in there for a little bit. Me and Hisho more than so than Spudman, but yeah. To whom do I owe the pleasure of rescuing and then violating me?
Me!
Do
Well-
not ask him where his hand has been. You do not want to
Well-
know.
Thank you. Me, the Jawa, the Wookie, and the Droid in the engine bay. I think he's still there. Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still in there. Yeah.
We got you out of prison, apparently.
Appreciate it.
Welcome to the Rebels.
What happened to you there? He just points at his chest. I have no idea.
I did that.
I think that you have.
What do you
an
mean you
automated-
did that?
The fucking Jawa did this to me!
Oh, yeah. He murked
you
you.
do? What'd
Hang
you
on.
do that for?
All I remember was seeing this beautiful. Okay, I'm beginning to understand.
Start raising my rifle again.
I'm beginning to understand now. I'm beginning to understand.
Oh,
Okay, short thing.
that's
Short thing.
his
If you can
girlfriend.
understand, I think I figured that out by now. I am sorry. Please don't shoot me again.
I gave him a thumbs up.
Does that mean he's gonna kill me?
No. You're fine. You're fine.
It means
You're
you have
fine.
one more chance.
He says all's forgiven. Just don't do it again.
I stopped the bleeding, by the way, but this other thing you're talking about, I am truly sorry. I had nothing to do with it.
Hey, Shan, he wanted a second opinion. Could you,
Tell him he has ass
He
cancer.
slinks back into Blumbles and is like, no. I'll see somebody else. I promise.
No, she can wait on you right now.
Wait, second opinion on what?
Blumbles, bend him over.
You mean if he's a doctor? Yeah, he's a doctor.
And I'm a doctor too. You might like my opinion better.
Bortuna says he has ass cancer.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I had lung cancer, but he cured it for me. Maybe you can get him to look at it.
Oh, the fucking straight man.
My man literally said, I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'm good.
So you don't want a second opinion, that's fine.
I'll wait till I see a planet-side physician. I appreciate the offer, but I think the Jawa would prefer that we don't see each other.
I'm a doctor. I have to see my patient.
At this point in time, the Twi'lek is my doctor. My primary care physician. Even though I don't care for his physicianal skills.
Just be careful.
Take 6 of these, call me in the
selling
morning.
something of yours in the black market or something.
What did you present for 6 of these?
Whatever I had in my pocket.
Pencil erasers.
Some stuff I picked up while I was helping Chabba look earlier.
A couple erasers, a ball of lint, maybe a little scrap of tinfoil.
An Altoid someone dropped back there probably 10 years ago.
I think this one's penicillin.
Oh my god.
Blumbles.
You can see the cringiest smile appear on the Deveroni's face. Yeah, he's my primary care physician.
Good luck with that.
Just pick somewhere to rest except for the room on the left and the room on the right.
Wait a second. Blumble starts like patting the man down in his pants.
Hey! Getting fresh over here.
He just got out of prison. He wouldn't have anything.
Trying to make sure he doesn't have a tracker like Wedge
actually-
did.
That's what I was
Oh.
looking for earlier. I mean,
Well, you were, but then you ended up doing your medical job.
exactly.
You know, the instincts kicked in and all that.
My Hippocratic oath and all that.
Yeah, that.
Or my hypothetical oath, whichever one it was.
As you pat him down, he does not have anything jammed in the seams of the pants.
Alright. He points to Chan. Could you tell him to see his friend down in the cargo bay? He needs to talk to him.
We could use this universal translator. I've been tweaking it.
If you'd
Yeah,
like to
friends
try
down
the
in
translator,
Cargo bay.
Yeah.
Your friend's down in the cargo bay.
You probably should check on him.
Oh, I should probably give them an examination as well.
I don't know if they would like that.
Translator, you say?
I'm pretty sure that it's contagious.
You know,
know-
what?
You try it. You try it. Say something.
Look, it landed on red.
Does he hand it to Blumble?
I'm telling Chabba to use it.
No, okay.
Oh yeah, I was using it that time. Probably.
Oh,
I think it works. I mean, it's got a lot
Test.
of tasks.
Am I speaking basic? Is it working? Yeah.
Am I speaking? Is it working? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's working.
All right, good. Hey, Blumbles, you take it. The Grand's probably scared the shit out of me. So
Tell him I'm taking him down to the cargo bay.
you can do that yourself. The translator works now.
Alright, let me see.
It's getting a weird reverb because basic is being translated to basic.
Mm-hmm.
it's not a perfect system.
Blumbles takes it.
It's a
I'm going to
perfect
take you
system,
to your
gets translated.
friend.
I'm going to take you to your friend. Oh. Okay. I thought that maybe the Jawa had also shot him as well. So,
Nah,
So he was
just
going to.
say what?
Ignore him.
I've heard goat will taste pretty good. Or was that guy a grand? Yeah, whatever. There's still goats. Whatever.
Grand Flakes.
Don't.
Nah, I mean, I ain't gonna shoot him unless I have to.
The Deveronian.
Wait, you mean you shot on board this ship
Yeah.
while we were in hyperspace?
Uh-huh.
It's a really good shot, too.
Yeah. I'm surprised they lived.
Okay. Okay.
Below deck by the engines. Blumbles, you take Tanel down there, and the Gran, whose name is Hisho, has been mentioned. I don't know if anybody picked up on it or not. They chat underneath the stairs. The Gran is obviously still freaked out, but he feels and comes out of it a little bit more now that he sees that his friend is alive. Got a giant fucking blaster wound on his chest, but he's alive. Are they gonna shoot all of? Are they gonna shoot us again? Nah. I apparently I had done a massive boo-boo, according to the crew. I apparently hit on the Jawa's girlfriend, and apparently he's a hell of a shot. So I would suggest staying away from the what I presume is the looks at you, Blumbles. What I presume is the only female crew member.
Thumbs up.
I think she said it's okay to hit on her. I'm not sure. The Grand looks at you and is like, no offense, I'm going to pass.
None taken.
Just a Wookiee shrug.
Yeah.
They will make their way with you, Blumbles, back upstairs to the lounge. And they will just sit on the couch and not fucking move for the rest of this trip.
This whole session has just been an episode of Always Sunny. Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's never sunny in the Empire.
Always Sunny on the Empire.
B1T, you have been so silent back in the engine room. What have you been doing this whole time?
Well, does Blumbles go in and out through the engine bay with the Grand and the I can't say the other one.
Deveronian.
I think he went down these stairs here.
Well, you can go through the engine bay because he was hiding under the staircase that goes into the engine bay.
Yeah, you were hearing a bit of the conversation from below. Up through the stairwell.
Yeah, the crying stopped at the very least. B1T is just currently hooked into the engine so that he doesn't power down from lack of power, and he's just working on the engine to just be like, please don't tell me you're broken. Please don't tell me you're broken.
At this point in time, you've been constantly and continuously working on the engines. So whatever strain the system has accumulated has been alleviated.
Hey, yo.
I'm going to say the same with the wounds. Whatever damage the ship has taken, I would say that you've gone through and repaired, along with Kosa and Spudman. But, I mean, through the efforts of the three of you and Chabba, the ship is running back at pretty much optimal speeds.
Yeah. Now I just have an extension cord hooked to my body at some point, probably just connected inside my chassis somewhere, and I'm just going to walk around the ship with it.
Anybody want to give me 2 guesses on where that umbilical cord's hooked up?
It's somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere. I love this game. Everyone's currently... Everyone except for B1T is currently up in the cockpit. So...
I'm going to bother these guys. Because they haven't seen me yet.
I remember you from the jailbreak. Um, don't see too many of you guys around. You gonna kill me in my sleep?
Nah. Not unless you're dressed as a stormtrooper.
Well, fresh out of armor. Legrand's just like, 3 eyes. Doesn't pass.
Also, it looks like you're the one the Jawa shot. I'm guessing you learned your lesson.
In more ways than you know.
Don't worry. We all learned the hard way.
Oh god, is that what happened to you?
Oh, no. Although I was stuck in the floorboards when they blew up my house, but that's a story for another time.
Excuse me, what? And then we fade
Exactly.
out.
I just go behind the fucking counter and I'm just like, now where the fuck's the motor oil? Why the fuck do we keep it in the bar? I don't know.
Because, believe it or not, you are a member of this crew, and they do think of you. There's a Palpatine brand engine oil up under there. 5W10, something real slick and non-viscous for you.
I just take the bottle and I go back to the mechanics bay.
Just a cartoony Palpatine on the label with like motor grease on his fucking lips.
Oh no! All right, the 5 of you are up in the the 5 fleshies are up in the cockpit.
The meat bags.
Well, we're closest to Narcaga.
Should we take a stop there or keep
It's
going?
closest. It's closest to our destination, and we need fuel
Yeah.
and somewhere to probably drop them off. That might
Yeah.
be a good enough place.
Let's just hope it's not Empire controlled. Oh yeah, Sharon, did you get those flight records?
Oh, flight records. Yeah, I was gonna do that.
I don't know if we still have them after 2 system wipes.
Probably not, but I can see.
What was it you were trying to pull up?
Flight records.
From where the ship has been?
Yeah.
I would say that the hard reset pretty much fucked up that.
Yeah, that's what Blumbles was thinking. If it wasn't the hard reset, it'd probably be the sail reset.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get those.
I think we've lost a lot of data too. At least what was on here.
We didn't really have anything on here anyway, did we?
I don't think so.
I guess we'll find out.
Should we send a message to the flotilla?
Why?
Well, we could let them know that we freed Wedge Antilles.
That is a good point.
If they haven't already been notified.
I'll leave that up to Shan,
Sure, why not?
if you don't mind.
I can
You're
call
apparently
out.
the only one other than me that can do it, so. And you're better at it, so. They like you, so.
Why not me?
What's the question?
Be
That was bad.
computers, right?
Computers.
Sending messages, that would be computers, right?
I think
It
so.
would be.
Yes.
Try to keep it in code at least.
Again, we've got fast, hidden, and well hidden.
You want it hidden? Or do you want it fast?
Well, we've got time, so I'd say hidden would be good.
Yeah. We also don't really want the Empire to know where we are.
Hidden it is, so what difficulty, sir?
3.
3 for hidden, it'd be 4 for well hidden.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Bingo.
2 threat, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 success with a triumph.
Sheesh.
Nice.
Yeah, that message is pretty well encrypted. Unfortunately, the channels that get sent through are not exactly the most Empire-free. But the encryption that she's put onto it is a very serious one. The chances of them cracking it are low.
Nice.
We're talking 128-bit encryption.
This is the future, sir. This is 512.
Oh.
And it's all
Wait,
thanks
this
to
is the past.
Palpatine VPN.
FBI listening right now goes, why didn't we think of that? They just added more numbers.
They don't get paid
Nice.
enough to think of more numbers.
Alright, to Narcaga.
Astrogation check, 3 difficulty.
Let's hope
Can I
it's
help
friendly.
them?
Yes, you may. There's no black die, and I'm not upgrading because, you know, your computers have been set and specialed.
So, I mean, does it not bother you guys that we're like in hut space and stuff?
Big success. That's it.
Nice.
Paul,
Bug us how? He says, very Carl.
well,
The fact that we're all wanted by the Hutts?
yeah, that primarily.
Nah, not really. I mean, if the Empire can't catch us, I don't think they're going to either.
Yeah. I mean, we got away from fucking Darth Vader. I'm not really too scared of pizza now.
You guys ever like look at the, you know, the territory that is the Hut space and think it kind of looks like a Hut itself?
Intentional.
Yeah, you got a point. Looks like a hut that was like flattened by a steamroller.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about all this.
I guess we're gonna find out then.
Well, we're going to Sircon, so. That is this, right, Sircon? I'm saying the name right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought his name was Sharkon.
Going right back to where we began.
And we shall pick up at Narcaga the next time we get together.
Woo!
End of session.
Woo!
When I hard reset it, did I reset the name of the ship as well?
No, that's a good point. I'm wondering if we wiped our ID.
Chance cube it for me. What is your favor and what does the favor mean? Does favor mean it stays the same? Or does favor mean it resets? This is only B1T. B1T is the one that put this idea forward.
In favor, we kept it in red.
Roll it.
Fuck.
And here we go for the next time. Oh, let's start working on that.
Oh no, we need to make a new gamer tag.
Yup. Rocky, get some ideas.
Oh no.
All right.
No.
Bortuna mobile.
No. All right.
Well, no, Rocky gets the ideas because B1T is probably going to have the realization, oh shit, I probably wiped our name.
I will get you the name of the vessel the next time we get together and play.
Oh,
Everyone,
no, yeah.
thank you for joining us. Let's say I had a blast. I really had a fun time tonight. 10 XP. Let's make it a good even 10.
Nice.
Nice.
Again, this was just an episode of Always Sunny, and I love
10 out of 10 would colonoscopy again.
No!